you do is you have until pre-patch to get your cutting edge. And then I think the title goes away. I'm pretty sure it is. Doing great, Natty. What's going on, man? Yo, what up, Les? I got YouTube going. I do. All right. Hey, Jeff. All right, we got some game to do. We got some gaming to do. I'm gonna get started with a little bit of disc goodies. What dungeons are even available? Oh, it's all of the new ones again. Yeah, I guess let's start with Manchester's Terrace. Inventory is full. Fuck. Oh, man. Some of this stuff you have to, like, manually delete, like, the trinkets from your bags. It's so annoying. Thank you, Rye. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not going to have, like, a super long WoW stream today because we have a sponsored stream in, like, 2 hours. Actually, I'll just show it to you. I can't tease you and then not show it to you. I didn't want to burn this beauty. I didn't want to burn this beauty until I had, you know, a proper stream. Keep in mind, this may not be suitable for all audiences, so prepare yourself. Tick, thank you for the 4 months, man. You ready? Here, let me hang on. Let me get the group started before I show you, because the reaction might be severe. It has a high chance of being severe. Okay. 12 Manchester's Terrace, comp, go. All right. Here it is. You guys ready? You know, this reminded me of? It reminded me of, was it NSYNC? No strings attached? Expiation's the way to go. It got some nerfs, didn't it, last week? Or like the latest setup? I don't know. I feel like Void Weaver in general is just like really weak right now, Clemen. It feels really, really weak. Yep. I love it. And he has another one when we start working on frames again, so... yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow, Mail. I'll check it out tomorrow, because we'll have raid testing as well. It's a little scary. Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. Say hi to YouTube. Hi, YouTube chat. Plays Disney Dreamlight. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Hey, Sylvan. How's it going? Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that they keep on, like, bricking click casting all the time, too. It drives me nuts. Plan was to have it released before the raid test tomorrow. Sounds good. I think raid testing starts tomorrow. When was it? Raid test. Don't think it over. Found it. Is that updated? No. Wait. 11 PST, so 25 hours from now. So yeah, I'll have like an hour to run. I'll have like around an hour to get it set up. Yep, you gotta pay extra to get into the beta, man. Usually around this time, they would have like sent beta access to everybody that had like cutting edge, and then a bunch of people who like were more casual as well. But I don't know if they're even beginning to do that or not. They really should. I mean, it should literally just be like early access to beta, and then they should just like open it up to everybody afterwards. Oh, I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 keys as disc, and then I'm gonna do some prez. Yeah, we'll do that one next. If I can find a tank. If I can find a freaking tank. But yeah, I do want to see how it goes. Yeah, there's still 3-day early access per Epic Edition. Hey, Slade. Yeah, maybe after Christmas they open it up. They really need to. Especially in January, because that'll probably be the biggest time that add-ons will have, like, the most structure to it, you know? It'll be, like, more figured out. But, man, playing the pre-patch is going to be a mess, because there's going to be, like, an initial, like, pre-patch is when all the add-ons will, like, shut off, and then, like, the new ones come around, and then they're going to have all the issues there, and then there's another patch, the, like, 12.0.1, which is then going to be, like, the official release. Pre-patch is, yeah, January 20th. Yeah. So, basically, like, a month before. So, we got a decent chunk of time. We got a decent chunk of time. All right, now I need damage, or now I need a tank. I need a tank. The everlasting struggle. Hey, Bizzle. What's going on, man? It's DPS damage war. I had a group with somebody the other day, and his name was, what was it? It was something like press W till wipe or something like that. And he literally did that. He literally just like walked in, pulled everything in seat, died, and then left. It's like, well, you know, I invited that. Yeah, literally, like he followed through with what he was saying. How you been doing, Trident? Hopefully the kitten's doing all right? That's never fun. That's right, you gotta know yourself. Yo, Logain, they were the 27 months, man. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, just got spayed. I gotcha. Back from physical therapy on the shoulder, getting some work done. Nice, man. It's good. I did push day today for gym. Yeah, I finished reading Heroes last night. So this is kind of like it's like a war book that sort of like goes through a bunch of different characters over like a 3-day battle. It's really, really good. So it would kind of like break down, you know, each part of the, like both sides, like the heroes and villains on both sides. It was really good. And it's the second book out of 3. And each book in the series is on like a different continent, basically. Same event, different perspective story. Yep, exactly. Exactly, man. Yeah, I was very hype. Is that a tank? Oh. How's this looking? Playable or pain? It feels like the Atonement is just a little bit too weak in dungeons. I think that there's some weird, like, issue with their modifier for 5-mans or something. It doesn't feel like they've actually, like, tuned it correctly. Almost. So, let's go. We got a tank. W. All right. Welcome. Magister's Terrace. Oh, yeah, and I started the 3rd book, which has a character that you thought was dead. And from the very, very beginning, they're like, they gave a little hint, they gave a little hint, they gave a little hint, and then it's like, you know it, it's that guy. I fucking love it. Last I checked each, yeah, I didn't check today, but last I checked, Benediction was still doing less healing. Which sucks, because Holy Priest is, I want to enjoy it, but when your abilities are just doing way worse healing than they ought to, it's making it tough. Where's my oil? There we go. The holies and the dumbs. True, just like our video today, the losers of Midnight Healers. Play Druid, yeah. VDH so strong you don't even bother trying another tank? Yeah, pretty much. I've seen like, I don't know, 80, 85% VDH lately. Something like that. It's a little over the top. Just for fun, you know? Brew was not that bad, though. Saw that add-on restrictions are getting rolled back, but they aren't really rolling them back much. DBM, Bigwigs, computational weak auras are still dead. DBM and Bigwigs are basically going to take this timeline feature that Blizzard gives us, and they're going to turn it into bars. But I don't know if they're going to allow you to like customize a specific mechanic and make a specific sound or any of that kind of stuff. So it seems like Bigwigs DBM will still exist, but just be a little bit more limited.
Your fate entwines with mine.
Yeah. Just you're looking up and down, Monk community ain't liking the changes. It's kind of interesting because I feel like Monk didn't really get a lot of pruning. Ooh, been a bunch of updates. Seeing when a tank has a major cooldown up. Seeing the major defensives. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Windwalker, I'm livid. Oh god.
Of course he left a message for me. I'm afraid you'll have to incapacitate the guards.
And we rip Master Spell. The ability interactions are ass, and plus you just sit and watch people die. Yeah, especially after they nerfed. The Emperor's favorite talent. Bro, you used to have like lay on hands that you could chuck out on people, and not anymore. Yeah. Meta prediction, Restoration Druid. Restoration Druid. Those guys are insane. Again? Yep. Yep. Yo, wait a minute. Yeah, I should have just done that, actually. There we go. Hot should heal 4 per second for it to feel good. I think it also kind of depends on the... Yeah, given our current health pools, I'd be looking at, like, I don't know, 2 to 4% per tick or something like that. Depending on how aggressive you want to go with it. Yeah. How's Monk looking? I think the Monk's in kind of an odd spot. I liked when you could have like super stupid strong, like... Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at the debuffs. I like when you could have like super strong single target healing. And then you kind of had like steady regular healing going on. But it feels like there's almost just like too many interactions for Monk that everything feels kind of watered down. You know, like when Monks, I was talking to Megan, she was saying like she was running Rising, or she was running Tear of Morning. So I started running Tear of Morning. And what it does is, you know, when you cast Envelop, part of the healing will go to everybody that has Renewing Mist. And it's so hard to, like, feel that happening because there's a lot of other interactions going out on top of it. So it feels like there's constantly, like, multiple cross interactions happening that everything is happening, and you don't really feel like you notice when you use each piece of it, you know? It's basically still bloat. Basically still bloat.
You'll go no further, Umbrick. These new defenses were specially made with you in mind.
I seem to be detained. The construct ahead is
Yeah, we've got a little bit of time for more changes.
destroy it.
And so over Christmas and everything like that, I'm gonna try to get out as many like review videos, feedback type videos and stuff done as I can. I forget when Blizzard comes back, but if I can like get out a bunch of those before they get back, that'll be the dream. What up, Catalia? Maybe your username last night when did I see the pre-patch date for midnight? Somebody said it was January 20th. Should be like Googleable. They did nerf Prez, but I think it'll still be really good in raids. Disc is really good in raids. Druid is really good in raids. Those are probably like the 3 highest performers right now. You have a marathon the same week midnight comes out? Shit. Wait, that's actually kind of owns though, right? Because the same week midnight comes out, you're not really in that much of a rush, if you think about it. You know, you have like the 10 days or whatever it is to reach max level. And then stuff starts coming out. So you kind of have time to like run the marathon, chill. And then, you know, you're done training and you're done with the event. Then you can just no life wow. Take a week off work after, so your butt will be sat at your desk grinding. Yeah, that's kind of the dream, man. Because it could have been worse. It could have been that you had the. It could have been that you'd had the marathon like a week into it, you know. No, the disc ramp needs like 5 seconds, Dutchy. It's nuts. It's really, really nuts. My paint sub did not go off. Is that not bound? Huh? I still have this click casting issue. Yo, how you doing, Ira? Sea Mount from Vanaforge, let's go. I love that dragon. Yeah, that's a good Christmas present. Plus, it's gonna be so good. You know, you start the expansion, get a super rare mount. I always love when people make those videos. See, now it works. Weird. I always love it when people make those videos and they're like, these are the rarest mounts in World of Warcraft. And they do it right as a new season comes out. And they're like, and the rarest one is the new raid mount. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm a mount collector. I have one of the rare ones. Wait, Tank's not even tanking this. These guys are just going at it for the love of the game. And by these guys, I mean Frosty. Can't see you, can't see you, can't see you. Okay, this all came out. Screw it, I'm mass dispelling. There's so much garbage on people. Nice and clean. Oh, they mentioned the one that's not available from like 10 years ago? Yeah. They're like, the Scarab Lord mount. I'm like, yeah, of course. I still need Blizzard to give us trophies, retroactive trophies for getting Hall of Fame or Cutting Edge. I want more decor. Did I? I still can't drink. Fuck. Meta achievement trophies. There's a lot of those. There's actually a crazy amount of meta achieve trophies already. And they look sick. I'm a little sad that I was playing an EU back in BFA, because I had, not all of it, but I had like, I don't know, over half of the, oh my god, I'm dying. Yeah.
Only the strongest.
I had like half of them. Oh my god, what is this? Now I can't drink. What the heck?
Serenel, stand down.
Yeah, I know, they're adding statues for future stuff.
Liar! None shall lay hands on the Cynosure.
Oh, I actually really should not have typed that R that fast. Oh well, at least he's waiting for me. Let's go. Streamer seems knowledgeable about healer classes and beta. Is there a place you can watch more videos? Oh yes, there is. And we have a brand new video today, Ash. Oh my god, who knew? How you doing?
Speak no more. Let this serve as a warning. I am unrelenting. Marked for defeat. Silence. Your fall is written. Speak no more.
Damn. I can't do anything.
I am unrelenting. Marked for defeat.
Prop Pally buffs still not in, apparently. Dude, they gave him so many buffs. It was insane. They like, didn't they reduce like one of their biggest defenses by half its cooldown? Something insane like that. This I don't even know. There's not even a way to change it, is there?
Marked for defeat.
This external buffs thing that goes out when somebody uses a defensive, it clogs the entire middle of the frame and you can't click on it. Like, you can't click through it. So you have to like aim your cursor in between it, and I missed like 2 globals because of it. Yeah, they're huge and they fuck with your click casting. Yeah.
Marked for defeat.
Yeah, that's like the Blizzard default UI stuff. So, I mean, they're gonna fix it. It's like, you know, they're just like tossing stuff in there, kind of see what works, sort of deal. But
Help me remove the wards around the finisher.
it's irritating while we wait, basically. I wouldn't be surprised if self-fixes it first, yeah. So, like, good news with the raid frames for healers is that Blizzard's gonna let raid frames and add-ons do more than the base UI. So that's the good news. The bad news is that they haven't really started much when it comes to healer frames. They've done stuff for like tracking holy power or maelstrom weapon stacks, and that's all the whitelisting posts they're doing. That's all the stuff they're talking about. What the heck? So yeah, the bad news is they haven't really done anything about it. Good news is there's still lots of time for them to do it and get it done. But it also has to be like right now. Or like right as we get back from Christmas break. Yeah, everything right here is base UI. So the textures are pretty good for this. But like not being able to see targeted spells. Not being able to see targeted spells. Not being able to like readjust the order of your hots and show like, and even ignore some things. Like, I don't really need to see Divine Aegis at all, you know? It doesn't affect any mode of decision making that you have, right? The other day, someone suggested she put on a divorced dad rock playlist. My first thought was, this sounds like a Jack stream. She said that to me when I hosted her the other day. She didn't tell me it was you that said it. So messed up. Yeah, when I check my Spotify Wrap, this year they decided to give you an age based on the music that you listen to. And my age was like 40. I was like, fuck, man. That's what I get for having older brothers. Although they're 37. Both of them are 37. Yeah, I'm 31. I'm just an old soul. Just an old soul. This is not the divorced dad rock. This is not the divorced dad rock playlist. How you doing, that one guy? Just wanted to pop in and tell you that your latest video was excellent, and I'm hopeful to see some of the changes implemented. Keep up the great work. Yo, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I got a lot of help from my conversations with like Ellesmere, and then I talked to Herrick. Never asked him how to properly pronounce it. I talked to Herrick, and he's the new Wowhead writer for Shaman. And then I talked to Clarius, who's the Wowhead writer for Paladin. So I had some good notes to work off of thanks to them. You're 40 years old? No. You're young, man. No, I said my music taste was 40. Elementary kid came up to me and called me old man. I'm not even in my late 20s. Oh, you're done. Pack it up, Rye. Time to go home. Where's the new 30? I mean, kinda, yeah. People getting healthier and healthier. You know, skincare routines. What up, Mikey? Have you always had your frames horizontal, or did you have them vertical? I've had them vertical before. What benefits did I have? So I used to have them like up and horizontal, and then I tried vertical for a little bit, but I never really like stuck with it. I initially did it because of rating and like put them down here. That was sort of my initial like push to do it, basically. But I think I like it a lot because I kind of have a centralized space that I'm going to be looking at, and then I think my vertical space, you know, where I move up my eyes into the, you know, 2/3 upper portion of the screen, I feel like it's a lot easier to be able to see everything around me, see what's going on. It's kind of like I'm able to like look up high almost, you know. No, I have an editor who edits my videos and makes the thumbnails and stuff, Daniel. So recently I hit him up and I was like, hey, do you want to do some more YouTube thumbnails for me? I'm going to test preservation right after this. Right after this. Yeah, we're going to stream for another like hour and a half or so, and then I have a sponsored stream after that. So I'm going to do some prez after this. I think Holy Priest is still bugged and still doing like awful HPS, so they're going to be a prime candidate for another spec review video. But I'm trying to like bring healers together based on themes each time. So that's why like today's video was like the losers, because a lot of people were like, oh my god, is this spec awful now? Or this spec the loser? Is this spec bad? You know? That was kind of my my theme for that one. Vertical makes your UI feel asymmetric, and I don't like your cursor always being on the left half of your screen. That makes sense. I think a lot of times it comes down to a comfort thing. Being able to see and interpret the information in your own way. It's like no different than like left eye or right eye dominant type stuff, you know? I'm sure it's also going to play an impact on like what other games you played in the past and, you know, how you were used to using, you know, those interfaces as well. Aside from our druid, it seems everyone else is about equally bad. I mean, good, except maybe H Priest. Yeah, I think that is spot on. It's Resto Druid God XX, and then everybody else, the rest of the schmucks. Yep. He was just getting beat up. Yeah, all the class pruning and all the UI exploding, all that kind of stuff is going to happen on the pre-patch. Well, it's really tough with how Druid's mastery works. I think it's really tough with how they're designed and how their mastery works to make them bad in dungeons now. Because basically what happens is they are able to stack up a lot of their hots, you know, in large quantities on fewer targets. And that provides a really, really powerful HPS increase around plus content. Makes their single target healing really good and gets to the point they're just like chucking out laying hands on people every regrowth cast. And their new talents are causing regrowth to also cleave heal people who already have the regrowth hot on them. So I think it's a lot of design, and it's also because of that really favorable design, it's going to be tough to like nerf them, you know? We're gonna do Prez right after this. They got a couple nerfs in the latest build, so we're gonna go see how they do. They were like insanely strong in raids, but we have raid testing again tomorrow, so we'll be able to see how those nerfs hit them. Was ready to say goodbye to those spells? You got 1 month. You got 1 month to say your goodbyes. Wait, oh. Actually, no. JK. Wait, do you mean Mark of the Wild? I mean, yeah, if Druid lost Mark of the Wild, that would definitely hurt him. Don't think they should be, though. There we go. I think really what they need is, like, they need to work on making sure that there's, like, a legitimate argument for every spec to be brought. Because some raid buffs provide, you know, HPS increases or DPS increases, and then some of them are just like survivability or movement. So it gets pretty imbalanced pretty quick. Need somebody there. Get your soaks. Isn't this fight so fun? W. Is Priest gonna heal this one? True. He's getting wrecked on that other boss.
Let us inform Lorthamar.
DC?
And perhaps
No, just crazy lag.
apology for the near catastrophe.
Got a new OLED? Oh. Make sure you set up the max hertz and everything like that before you forget. BRB. Up a noob. Either perspective, what tank do I like to see the most in the playtest, excluding DH? I'm really bored with DH healing. I'm really bored with DH healing, to be honest. I'm ready for something new. To get things off the ground. Up and away. Any preference? Let's see. Diablo sponsor stream in an hour, 10 minutes. Let's try 13. To the bangers? I got you, Mikey. Got face on. But I missed the train, and then the traffic was a state. Yeah, all of this stuff is default UI right now. Yep. Yeah, I clearly do. Yeah. Turn to Brewmaster Supremacy. I'd be down. I'd like that. I'm just a little over healing VDH. It's been meta for such a long time. I feel like it's one of the tanks that's like less consistent to heal, I guess I would say. Sometimes you can actually heal them through damage, and a lot of times you can't. They just die, you know? Jack, you gotta admire the Troll Blizzard is pulling on some classes. They finally announced pally changes, and surprise, they're not yet implemented. Yeah, not been able to try that stuff over Christmas break because it's pretty troll. What can you do, though? At least they're happening. I mean, the spec probably was in such a bad spot that they're taking their major defensives and knocking off like half the cooldown or a quarter of the cooldown. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Boss with beams that you get a debuff and it changes the beam color. So you stand in the beams to dispel them. Another boss has a vulnerability phase, which is a big light cone. Stand in the light. Take damage, deal 200% more. Last boss. Place clones in corners, dodge their strikes, find the imposter, and intermission. Yeah. There we go. Stephs, thank you for the 3 months.
Welcome, friend. Have a good one.
There's also a pretty solid dungeon for Prez, because everyone's going to be in tight hallways all the time. Nobody can outrange me. Nobody can get away. Yo, Ash, thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back, welcome back. They'll find a way to flee. I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. It was only 3 bosses, right? Yeah. Is anything besides DH cool? Are there any other that require too much babysitting? Not all tanks are as tanky as VDH, certainly. I mean, I like healing Brewmasters because they're also the most healable tanks. I find that whenever Blizzard makes tanks too weak, then they're not really healable through the damage they take. They either have mitigation up and they kind of live, or they don't have any mitigation and they just like fall over and explode, you know? Like, I think Fellowship does a better job of like encouraging steady tank healing. Seems like there's more stamina, less mitigation tools, and so they're like almost like face tanking more. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like from my experience as a healer, it feels like I can just heal them more. I would love for that to happen in WoW. I can't remember the last time it felt like tanks were actually taking any sort of steady damage intake that it was healable, you know? Yeah, besides Monk, of course, you know. But like even Helena, who does not have a stagger mechanic in Fellowship, feels like I can actually like heal her, you know? Doing great, Gemini. You're doing a little bit of prez testing. Yeah, everyone else is self-sufficient or glass cannon. I hate it. I hate it. I would love to be in a situation where I can heal tanks. But like, I don't want to be in a situation where Blizzard makes tanks so weak that it's like early Shadowlands again and tanks are just kiting because they can't tank anything. That would just be awful. I think what happens with like tanks being worried, rightfully so, about like needing healing is that there's moments where they don't need any healing whatsoever. And then the healers kind of just go off and like do something else. They DPS or whatever. And then the tank starts needing healing again. And then they just, you know, bleed out and die. And then they're like, fuck, man, I hate relying on the healer to heal me. Right? One thing I like about Fellowship is it feels like I constantly have to heal the tanks. And I constantly have to keep them in my sights. It'd be nice if Blizzard could copy paste it, but I'm not thinking that's likely at all. Make them less fragile even with 0 cooldowns and more DPS. They gotta stop with tanks being dog crap, except specifically at holding threat and eating dirt. And they're not even good at holding threat. You know, you see the best tanks in the world lose threat all the time. And it's not because they're playing wrong. It's because threat's dumb. It's because threat is like real dumb. Hate that stuff, you know? Hate that stuff. Thank you, Daisy. I didn't have it on live, man. It drove me nuts. I might just make characters on other realms so I can actually get my I get the names that I want. He declined the invite. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I have was it Jak Thier on live right now? But I might go to some dead realm and get Flapjack or something. I can still be on the same server and everything, you know? Damn, he canceled too. I was debating. Yeah, because I was thinking about it last night, and mine's like Jak B hammered for my pally. I just want to do like Jak Hammer, just, you know, cleaner. Wish Blizzard would get rid of ramp healing, go back to more reactive. I wish Blizzard would open up some names on these servers. Yeah, it's just cleaner. You know, it's cleaner. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was a little bit distracted, Mikey. I was a little distracted, but they're kind of getting rid of a lot of bursty healing. There's just so much incidental, splash, passive healing going on. That's my current hill to die on, you know? Yep. I'm so okay with some healers being ramps and being spot. They just need to be implemented a good way. True. Very, very true. See, that's the thing. I gotta hit up some of these tank YouTubers. I see them making videos. I'm like, dude, we just need to play at the exact same time. You can get your tank testing on. I'll get my healer testing on. We'll be good to go. Hot take, wish armor and stam meant nothing, not just a product at eye level. Oh, you meant something. Excuse me. Meant something. That would be kind of sick. Because then, you know, I miss being able to, like, have spirit and have control of your regen. I wish tanks had more, like, I want to control how tanky I am. I want to control how much damage I can do, you know? Things like that just don't really exist anymore. Tank for you just need someone to pay your bills. See? Exactly. It's so messed up, man. I can't find people who want to play NA keys at noon on a weekday. What the hell? Bake healer damage into abilities that don't take too many GCDs and also don't scale with extra GCDs. Acid Rain, rip. True. Yeah, I'll have to see about Shaw. I don't think I've talked to him before. But I've definitely seen a lot of his content. Cook hot dogs? I've been making sausage lately. And I put that on the stovetop, you know, couple minutes on each side. Flip them, dice them up, toss them in a breakfast burrito. Easy game. Used to boil hot dogs in Scouts growing up. Ugh. Which tank has the most aura? I mean, it's got to be VDH. The jumps, the explosions, all that kind of stuff. It's very visual. I don't think Blood Decay has enough visuals. Close up, yeah, but like when they're in action. When they're in action, though. Yeah, I played Shaman on Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Something like that. Weapon damage is another thing, doing tens of thousands of DPS. We have 100 to 200 damage sword. That dude, I was watching Settle's video about like borrowed power, and it sent me to some flashbacks about the weapons. It gave me like huge flashbacks about the weapon strength. Oh, a prot paladin. Chat, lock in. Let's fucking go. A prot paladin. Sheesh. If you want to get back into healing, who would I say is the easiest? Probably Shaman or Holy Priest. I know, we get to see it in action. I'm excited. I'm excited. They got buffed, but the changes are not live yet. So we're gonna have a learning experience. Countdown. Oh boy, here we go.
The void beckons us onward. Embrace it. Leave your sanity behind.
Lothraxian, give up this foolishness. We have already won.
Yes, yeah, 40-yard breath range, dude.
You put all of Silvermoon in danger. This isn't worth the risk.
Oh! Nah, primes don't auto-renew every month, unfortunately. Bezos makes you keep on refreshing. The Shaman tanks back. Any day now, surely. This is you barely see the HP bars move when you play with a VDH, but they do be jumping on Prop Pally. But I got double time dilation, all right? We're going to be unstoppable with it. What do you think of making Disintegrate the same as Penance? What way? How so? Breathe on the people, yeah. Oh, or like does damage and healing at the same time? Does it need that? Kinda don't think so. Video about this, it seems like they aren't in a great spot, more of a playstyle or output thing. They've made some improvements since my last video, and it's really helped the spec a lot in a dungeon environment. I think in a raid environment. The raid version's really good. I was gonna do another round of testing tomorrow for raid, just before I make the next video about it. But it's looking quite good in a raid. Problem right now, I would say, for the spec is 5-mans, and it feels like, I don't know if it's something where the atonement modifier they changed around isn't working properly in dungeons, or maybe the hero power or the apex talents are taking up too much oxygen in the room and making other stuff feel weak. I'm not sure what it is, but I do want our atonements to feel a lot stronger than they currently are in a dungeon environment. Yeah. If they clean that up, I mean, we're going to be cooking. There's a setting, if you search click casting in game, Salafrun, where you can make all your abilities mouse over effects. Tried Chrono the other day. I realized the loss of Spirit Bloom means 1 less in power, which means fewer Chrono Flames. Yep. Doing great, Vital. What's going on, big dog? Yeah. Pre-patch January 20th. I can't push for title anymore after January 20th. I think so. I think so. Hey, Hermit. There we go. They always do a month of pre-patch, yeah. I'm playing the Mirthra's 2% talent, yeah. I wasn't really messing around with anything strange. Just gonna rip this. Pally Tank God? They have not put in the prop pally buffs yet. So this is the weaker form of prop alley right now.
Must I do everything myself?
$99.50 CPU. Have you heard of the game for some reason highlighting when you right click? No, not at all. Sounds really strange.
There will be no end to your suffering. Minions, do not disappoint me again.
Yeah, I'm using default party frames right now. Oh my god, the tank buster killed him.
There will be no end to your suffering. Still burns. Curse that damn Nazarene!
Ooh. Yeah, what is the name of the tank buster? Oh, that's what it was.
There will be no end to your suffering. Minions, do not disappoint me again.
Umbral Lash.
There will be no end to your suffering.
I'm just gonna hit stuff as fast as I can. Oh my god, the damage.
Still burns. Curse that damn Nazarene!
Got it. Oh my god.
Prove your worth, pathetic lackey.
Live. All right. Oh, I always mix them up.
There will be no end to your suffering. Still burns. Curse that damn Nazarene!
Wait for the Umbral Lash. There it is.
There will be no end to your suffering. Minions, do not disappoint me again. There will be no end to your suffering. Still burns. Curse that damn
Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, Ark. Well, we lost the DPS, and so that boss has an insane amount of HP. And what happens is it has so much HP that you're supposed to do all your damage during the vulnerability window. And basically, if you have somebody down during the vulnerability window, boss fight just kind of takes forever. That's just how it goes. So, I am taking great advantage of double time dilation, though. Let me tell you. Yeah. I set up my party frames, and I set it to, like, raid-style party frames, and then I just made them thicker. With 3 Cs. What's the point of going into the beam with the boss? Solidarity. Hang with the boys. You know, share their suffering. Builds the team dynamic. Probably would have been worth if I hit fire breaths, but I don't think I was hitting any fire breaths most of the time. I'm pretty sure I hit like 1 on that one. But you're all right. Our healer damage is so piss poor that even like a 200% damage buff isn't really going to mean much. Not going to mean too much. Oh my god. He didn't proc. Let's go. He did not proc Ardent Defender. Have a time dilation. Have a time dilation. You got this, man. Oh, don't die through the time dilation. No! Oh, shit. Oh my god. Buff Prot Paladin, please. Huh. You know. I double lap or overlap the time dilation. Doubled up on it. Dude, golden hours healing is gonna be insane. Okay, there's your time dilation. Damn, I can't get out of combat. There we go. What, 2% is worth it? Can you even get rid of it here? Is it just like a different order? Hey, Fushi. In an 18's build to get max high level loot in the next season's gonna be insane. Eh. But I don't know, it might be too high of a number, but I like that they're making some kind of sliding scale. I like that it's some kind of sliding scale. So I don't know, maybe they gotta fiddle around with the number, but I like the concept. Oh, fuck. No healer is doing good damage. I guess Prez is doing decent damage relative to everybody else, but like, no healer is really doing like what you would think of as good healer DPS. Prez is a ton of healing though. I think it's more that their raid buff doesn't really offer much damage, so that's kind of gonna hurt their chances to be meta pick more than anything else. I think healers like healing brewmasters in general. I'd rather heal someone taking more damage, but relatively consistent and predictable, versus someone taking less, but they do take damage. It's all over the place. Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the problem with, I don't know, tanks in general, is it feels like there's just... They have cooldowns that make them, you know, invincible and everything. They have all kinds of cooldowns that'll help make them invincible, but then they have times where they're just gonna get annihilated. They're just gonna get annihilated. Yeah. You think it's a Resto Shaman season? Anything's possible. There'd have to be some pretty decent nerfs for... There'd have to be some pretty decent nerfs coming in for Resto Druid for that to be the case, though. Evoker does good healing. Just a lot more setup. Like a lot more work than other healers. It's gotten a lot better than the ridiculous setup required in like War Within though. So I like that. Holy Priest has some bugs going on right now so that their Apex talents are not making them as strong as they ought to be. Assuming they like fix that stuff though, I think Holy Priest would be like okay in keys, but still on the weaker side. They're just so squishy in dungeons. Disc can even, you know, put some like large shields on themselves. Help them mitigate damage better, help them get ready for damage. They have a lot of damage reduction tools as Disc, but Holy like lacks both the damage reduction tools and the personal defensive tools. Makes it very tough. Where are all my hover charges? Damn, we are out of gas. Some big ass lines. Let's go. W visual indicators. Yo, what up, dude, Rave? So again, those bugs are making it really tough to see how Holy's supposed to perform, Rodrigo. So at the moment, it looks super weak. I think it should be in decent shape, but it has such a huge impact on like how it looks when certain spells are doing 30% less healing instead of 30% more healing than they ought to. What, Matrix? Yeah. Forge.
Only the strongest survive.
Well, they'll fix the bugs eventually. Thank you, Bushi. They'll fix the bugs eventually with Holy Priest. Can you ping for time delays? I can. Left Shaman Healing stream bugged the entirety of season 2. Whew. How could I forget? It feels that way, Goth. It feels that way, man. But they haven't gotten their buffs yet, you know? Oh, is that a range? No. That should just rail me. That should just railed me. Over both Purge the Wicked and Greater Smite? Yeah. And like, it hits decently hard, but you also, I feel like you have to give up a lot to also get to Greater Smite. Like, going to Borrowed Time is... Or no, can you skip it and then you can go down? I think you can. Yeah, it feels like the Void Weaver setup is just like more expensive to get into than the Void Weaver one. Or the Void Weaver is more expensive to get to than the Oracle one. Yeah. No, they haven't implemented any of that stuff. The Word of Glory, like 100% buff, none of that stuff's implemented. Hey, Saito. I'm gonna main priest. After that, we'll see. We'll see after that. What I want to do is I want to play probably like 3 healers pretty seriously in Season 1. We did it! Oh shit, my bad. Oh well. Say that works anyway. Like, why am I getting... Why am I taking so much damage? I don't understand. Don't understand. We have a core exposure debuff. Oh, we killed the wrong clone. Okay. I'm just like... Oh, okay. We killed the wrong clone. I'm taking 50% more damage. Make sure. It's like the one with the horns or without the horns, something like that. The horns are the thing. Yeah, no horns. This is all default UI right now. Yep. All default UI. Slightly unnerving. But you like it though, right, Sky? Right? Still a Lorthamar one, right? Yeah. Oh, Hunter's Mark follows? Yeah, just follow your Hunter's Mark. Well, no wonder we're taking so much damage. We're literally, we did the mechanic wrong. We're taking 50% more damage. I'm just out of range of everything. Sucks. W. You got it? Okay, we're cooking. Let's go. One more time dilation. Easy. Whew. Yeah, okay, so we were just like kicking random stuff, and then we were taking a 50% big debuff, and that was the thing that was actually just like murdering us over and over again. The earbuds are in my setup command. They might be like sold out or something like that, but it has the brand in there. Yeah. I think January 20th is the end. I think that's it. Yo, B-Train, thank you for the 2 months. Back, welcome back. Let me see. Eye level on PTR. I think it's like early Mythic Gear 276. I want to say it's like just no, it's like unupgraded Mythic Gear. It's like 1 of 6 track. Yeah, maybe 2. Maybe 2. Fred's been feeling pretty good. I mean, double time dilation went really hard for all the times that I could give it to the prop alley and like help him out and be more consistent with surviving. So that was nice. I feel like I have a lot of tools to deal with the incoming damage, which is really good. So I'd say from like a healing perspective, you always have tools, you always have resources to work with and everything like that. It's just more setup, you know? It's just more setup. I don't know. I assume that reversion is also including golden hour. Oh, I wish I had a log of this. Because this would probably be ridiculous amounts of golden hour healing. Yeah. How much easier the fight is when you're not opting into the boss being at a 25. Yeah, seriously. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I think the built-in one rolls it all together. So golden hour's not showing on its own, but I think it's just rolled into reversion. I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. Let's see. Pre-patch event or pre-patch notes. Yeah, so true, Trident. It's very, very difficult to find out where your healing is coming from. But like I know, especially before Prot Paladin gets, it's before Prot Paladin gets his juice. Before it actually gets the buffs that it needed to get, it was getting trucked. It was getting trucked. All right, pre-patch on the 20th. Players can explore the new UI updates, new combat design changes, walk the path of Devourer, stat item squish, UI updates, T-Mog, training grounds for PvP. Have they tested any of that? I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm not even sure what this is supposed to even be. Housing access, pre-expec event, wins a mysterious fortune. Oh, you got it? Sweet. Can you link it to me, Squirrely? If you don't mind. You can link it in chat and stuff. Cleaner raid frames, expanding display, scaling controls, and more. You'll be able to configure how much information damage meters appear with the base UI. T-Mog updates. All right. I would assume the season would end for M Plus and raid and everything like that, yeah. I would assume so. What do we do? Zines? Okay, golden hour, 13% of my healing. 80% of that healing was on the tank. Hell yeah. Wait, I want to do healing by target. About 50%. What did I do for the other run? Wow. I healed the tank 20%. Like 20% of my healing went into the tank on my priest. And then on my prez, half of my healing. Half of my healing, more than double the total of my healing went into the prop pally. Yeah, those buffs can't come soon enough for the spec man. Yeah, I don't know if the beta export code would work on live chili. Not sure. Yeah, well that's the thing. The buffs have not gone in yet for prop alley. They had like the buff notes, but they didn't actually get implemented yet into the game. And they were knocking so much off of the cooldowns for Ardent Defender and Guardian of Ancient Kings. And so he wasn't playing with that. He didn't have it at all. I was also using a lot of Living Flame on him. Like all of my Life Spark procs. Let me see what healer damage was looking like. Because I'm pretty sure I'm 4% of the damage done. 3.5%. Whoa, big press damage. Woof, big press damage. Yeah, when a healer is 3 to 4% of the overall damage for the group, it's a little rough. That's a little rough. Yeah, I think everyone's been mostly playing Oracle. I don't think you're gonna get that much further with Void Weaver. It does feel like they really want healers to just focus on healing, though. Like, every healer has just awful, awful, awful damage. Oh, every heal. Oh, I see what you mean, Clement. My bad, my bad. Every healer is doing the damage like they're an Oracle Priest. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like, why even worry about trying to do damage as a healer when it's just such a small quantity? It's just such a small amount. Some of the CDs are lackluster. I just don't feel burst in the power a lot of times. I feel it with Dream Breath, which is kind of nice because what is like the, does it show the highs and lows? I want to see what like my highest hit was for. Yeah, my max hit was for 100k. And how much HP did I have? Is there a good way to find out how much exact HP? Yeah, right here. I have to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so if I have about 400k, then some of my max hits out of Dream Breath are hitting, in the best case scenario, the max hit would be hitting for like 20% of somebody's life. Otherwise, be hitting for about 10% of somebody's life. Shooting 5 seconds off the 5 you're doing is going to matter. Yeah. Well, I guess you're going to have nothing else to do, but... Oof. That's going to be about it. Okay, what about a maxed out golden hour hit? Max hit at a golden hour was 200k. Oh my god. Imagine hitting a golden hour heal for half of a DPS player's life. That's insane. That's actually insane. I mean, same thing with Living Flames. Dude, Living Flame does a ton of single target healing. It's so weird, but like you might just, I don't know, hold on to life sparks and then you have fantastic single target. Because it's not like the damage side's going to do anything. Favorite already for the new X pack? I mean, Prez has been really hype. I've really enjoyed how it's been playing. It's still a lot of work and still a lot of setup. I was definitely not doing enough to like maintain reversions on everybody through a lot of this run, for example. But like at the same time, when I was getting the setup together or when I needed to do a lot of spot healing, I had a ton. I had a ton. How you doing, UT? Yo, you missed out. I was healing a Prot Paladin before the Prot Pally buffs came in. And doing some absurd heals. Ads are awesome. Yeah, you know, they really know what I'm looking for. Yep. Mirthra's blessing the log also accounting for the 2% DR. Oh, yeah, let me see. Because is that... It would have like a drop-down menu to it. Because what's the exact wording say? Reversion protects allies, reversing 2% of all damage taken and healing them instead. It looks like it's this. It shows the absorb and the heal back. Absorb, inversion, emerith is the rev. Yeah, so it's just this one, right? Is there a second one I'm missing? I mean, 4% is not bad, but it's also 2 points. It's a lot. Another version up top. Oh, so okay, so this is the absorb part of it. Okay, so it's 2 parts then. I see. So this looks like it's, I don't know, maybe half? Yeah, so that's about half, that's about half. So you're doing about 5 mil there, and then you're doing about 5 mil there. So you're getting 8% of your output-ish from the 2-pointer then. So that's actually pretty good. But at the same time, Rix was really curious about this. At the same time, most of this healing is going into the prop paladin because he's getting clapped. So I don't know if these numbers would be as big if I was healing like a different tank. Yeah. Well, there's also the absorb component, Trident, because what else would the absorb be? Because that's the shaded in one. And that's the damage that they absorb, and then this is the damage they heal back. So it's 2 parts. The talent goes protects allies, reversing damage taken, and healing them. Yeah. So the absorb is the reverse, and then the heal is the heal. Yeah. So this would be interesting to test on other tanks like VDH and see how much different it was. Because I'm literally just like mashing reversions into the tank over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. It's very good. He needed you to put TD on a Brewmaster. They actually heal from the damage taken. Really? Want to hear from Midnight some suggestion for fun gameplay? I like how Disc plays. I like how Prez plays. I think Druid and Shaman are also pretty simple, but pretty good. Holy, there's a lot of bugs right now that like they just need to do stuff. They just actually need to do stuff. And so far, they have not been doing the stuff they needed to do. Prop alleys and betas that they gave him a massive buff, but only the notes. Yeah, that's what I was healing, Jake. So this is healing for the prop pally, and it was half of my overall healing. It was half of my overall healing. Was just healing that prop alley. Yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions and stuff. We got a sponsored stream starting up in a few minutes. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, get myself ready for it. But we got a few minutes before we get started, so I'll let you know. Disc is still a lot of atonement healing, and then you play Oracle, and you get a lot of shielding healing too. So Oracle's a bit more of a balance. But yeah, let me run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right. I was running with the easy mode one deck. I was running with the no jump. So I was still doing a ton of healing. It probably would be more optimal to run a double Verdant Embrace, but I wanted the training wheels, man. I really wanted those training wheels. So if I can get away with it, surely you can. Surely. Mitigation that reverses damage into healing is very difficult to balance and adds another one to the apex, as if having rewind the cooldown of the strongest healer wasn't enough. Yeah! Isn't that fun? Isn't that so fun? All right, gamers. I got a sponsor stream coming up for Diablo Immortal, and they wanted us to do basically like a free-to-play playthrough and like kind of see how far we've gotten. And I think today we're also going to be doing it where we're showing off a little bit of endgame. So let me get it going. But we'll be wrapped up and everything like that with WoW for the day, and we'll be doing some more tomorrow if that's your cup of tea. If you want to hang for the sponsor stream, that'd also be sick. All right, let me change that around and make sure all the bot stuff's doing it. Bam. Pre-patch, feel like it's going to feel so long. Oh, it will. And I'm hoping that there are going to be a lot of beta stuff to do. I really, really am. Because that's what I'm going to be wanting to do. That's what I'm going to want to do. Okay. Just change around my scenes. But I feel like pre-patch is kind of always like that. That was always when you felt like weaker as well by like a pretty substantial margin. Oh. There we go. What's up, John? Trying to heal it for the first time at midnight? Is there one that you would currently recommend to someone who's never healed before? Holy Priest or Rest of Shaman? Be the big ones. Those would be the big ones. But I'm gonna do a bunch of videos and stuff, Fluffy, that'll kind of like break down different healers. We'll kind of go over a bunch of those things. H-Pal, I got a brand freaking new video about it. Wait, hang on. I don't know why it's not even capturing the game. Capture specific.